Good day.
Good day.
I'm trying to adjust. I want to understand that you are a police officer under the SAPS since 2021. Is it correct?
That's correct. So when you received the section 205, you were working for the tracker connection in 2018. Is that correct? That's correct.
Section 205.
So in what capacity at Tracker Connect when you received this section 205?
I was employed as the company's investigator.
In terms of the protocols at the Tracker Connect, were you entitled or were you authorized to receive a section 205 being the investigator?
Yes, I was.
Section 205.
When you received the section 205, do you communicate it with your director?
It was communicated to my department manager.
Section 205 manager, the department center.
Who was your director?
At that stage and even up to today, one of the directors of the company will be Wayne the Nobriga. So I would report to my manager, and my manager was the one that would communicate to directors.
So do you know when was this tracker is fitted in the motor vehicle? Do you know when the tracker was fitted in the motor vehicle?
That would show on the system. On the system, it will show the exact date that a unit is fitted into a vehicle, but I don't have that information with me now.
Can you stand it down and bring that information?
That would have to be asked from the company directly, because I do not work for the company anymore, so now I do not have access to their systems anymore.
That's my concern. Why are you testifying on behalf of the company that you are no longer working for?
Because I was the one that drew the report that is being used here. I'm the person that drew the report from the system. Somebody else cannot speak on behalf of a report that they didn't draw from the system.
I don't think we'll proceed with that naked information. The company must provide sufficient information before the start. The sufficient information that we need before we proceed. We are no longer working for that company. We are a member of the SAPS. So, we are not a candidate to testify on behalf of Tracker Connections.
Then the court can request that from Tracker.
inkantolo ingacela uma ukuthi bizwa ukuthi njengoba ngisebenzisa isiphoyisa angasebenzisa inkampani angisafanele ukuthi ngilethe ubufakazi nanoma ingani ngaleyo nkampani.
Do you have a fitment certificate?
I wouldn't have a fitment certificate because I do not fit units, and I didn't even fit units the time that I was working at Tracker, so I wouldn't need a fitment certificate.
Anginaso isitifiketi sokufaka imishini kulezi moto ngoba ngalesi ngisasebenza khona-ke ngangibonge umsebenzi wami ukufaka imishini lena ye-tracker ezimotweni.
How do you know that the car was fitted by the Tracker Commission?
Wazi kanjani ukuthi le moto efakiwe tracker?
Because it reflected on the system. If we cannot see vehicles on our systems, or Tracker cannot see vehicles on their systems that is not fitted with their technology.
Ngoba phela thina imishini yethu ayikwazi ukubona imoto efakwe imishini engeyafakwanga yethu inkampani.
Were you authorized by the Tracker Connections as a member of the SAPS to come and give testimony on their behalf?
Tracker is aware of the fact that I'm testifying in this case. Yes, they are.
Inkampani yase-tracker iyazi ukuthi ngilapha ngiletha ubufakazi mayelana nenkampani yabo.
Any written authorization?
I do not have written authorization now.
Anginayo-ke imvume ebhalwe phansi.
Do you know the serial number that is affixed on the fitment certificate?
I don't know the serial number, but each unit has a specific serial number, and those serial numbers are captured on the system.
Nanoma nginganayo-ke leyo serial number kodwa-ke yonke le mishini ngamunye inenombolo yawo emibhalwayo-ke futhi emshinini kwisystem.
I want the serial number, a specific serial number. You gave evidence on the registration number of a red Polo Vivo C8 something. I need the serial number, or that reflects that is in that fitment certificate. Give me that serial number. I want the serial number.
That can also be requested by court from Tracker.
Fitment certificate number mawukuthi iyadingeka ngacela kwa-tracker.
The name of the person who fitted the device.
Ngamanye umuntu owafaka le mshini lapha emotweni.
That will reflect on the installation certificate. A copy of the installation certificate is handed to the client, and then the original is also kept. So either the client or Tracker will be able to supply that.
Shuthi leyo number ingatholakala kule moto noma enkampanini.
Where was it fitted? Which town? Which branch?
All of that will show on the installation certificate.
Konke lokho kuyabonakala ku-installation certificate.
So you came here unprepared.
According to the section 205, we were not asked about the installation certificate. We were asked to supply a report from a certain date up until a certain date. The section 205 doesn't ask us for the installation certificate.
Manje isicelo-ke sasithola thina sathola isicelo esikhuluma ngokuhamba kwemoto. Asizange sicele ukuthi siphinde silethe nemininingwane ye-installation certificate.
terms of the national policy of the current employer, which article permits you to come and testify for a previous employer?
It's a discretion of the state to call any witness. It is not for this witness to decide on that. We submit that it's an unfair question to this witness.
I submit, my lord, it is a fair question. We submitted that this evidence of this witness is irrelevant, and we don't know where it is taking us to, and the state is wasting the court's time.
As I explained before, I was the person that drew this specific report. So it again would be difficult for somebody else to come and testify on a report that they didn't draw from the system. And even the statement was done by myself, it wasn't done by somebody else.
Imina wakipa lumbiko mshinini imina agakho umuntu ongakwazi ukuthi azoletha ubufakazi ukuthi akuyena wakipa lumbiko mshinini. Mina futhi owabhala statement.
I understand this is what you've done. You left the company, you joined the public sector, but to come and testify for the work we've done in the private sector.
This is the third time that the same question is being asked. Unless my learned friend demonstrate what the reason is for repeating the same question thrice, we object to this repetitive cross-examination.
I think I can ask it for the 5th time or 10 times, as long as it is relevant for what I want from this.
The only other alternative would be for the court to again request the same report to tracker so that another person will be able to draw the same report and then speak on behalf of the tracking company.
Okuyeke ungenzwa inkantolo ukuthi uma isafuna lombiko kodwa-ke uvele enkampanini, ngingacela ukuthi lo mbiko lona ukhishwe futhi, okusho ukuthi-ke manje usuzokhishwa omunye ewukhiphe emshinini ukuze kube uyena-ke ozofakazela lo mbiko lo awukhiphile.
This information, this document, in what format does it come when it is requested by the police? Does it come in a PDF?
PDF format.
Lo mbiko lona-ke siwuthola umbiko uhlobo lwe-PDF.
How do we know that it is not converted into an Excel?
We draw it in PDF format. That is how it's generated from the system.
Umshini ukhipha lo mbiko uhlobo lwe-PDF, nathi siwukhipha emshinini unjani.
Yes. When it's now taken to the SAPS.
These reports, they get printed out at our office and the reports get handed to the police officers.
Thina-ke siyawuprinta lo mbiko emahhovisi ethu, ebese-ke amaphoyisa eza azowuthatha emahhovisi ethu usuprintiwe.
So at that time you will stick, when I want you to be specific. Don't say we. You say we if you are referring to a company. But to talk about your involvement when you received the Section 205. Did you specifically receive Section 205?
Yes, I did.
Yebo, ngawuthola Section 205.
Did you respond to Section 205?
Wena wawuphendula into Section 205?
Yes, I printed out a report and I printed out my statement and it was handed over to the investigating officer.
Yebo, ngaprinta i-report, ngaprinta-ke ne-statement sami, ngase-ke lokho ngikunika umsizi.
Who is the investigating officer? Who was the investigating officer?
At the time that I received the Section 205, it was a Sergeant Mngomezulu.
Sergeant Mngomezulu wayewomseshi kulolu wayewomphenyi kulolu daba ngesikhathi ke mina ngikhipha ngithola isection 205.
Did you hand it over to, did you respond to Mngomezulu?
That's correct.
Yebo ngaphendula nganika umkhize.
How did you respond? How did you submit the document to Mngomezulu? In the form of a PDF?
That's correct. The way that it is seen now in court, this is what I handed over.
But yebo ilendlela engamnika ngayo njengoba ubonakala la enkantolo lo mbiko.
I say how? How did you send it?
By hand. It was handed over by hand to the investigating officer at our office.
Ngamnika ngesandla umkhize ema-office ethu lo mbiko.
That was 2018, correct?
That's correct.
Yebo kwaku-2018.
When it was taken by Mngomezulu, no one else ever applied for or served with Section 205 except Sergeant Mngomezulu.
No. There was no other Section 205 served to me for this specific case, no.
Ayikho i-section 205 eyaletha kumina mayelana nalolu daba.
Okay. Sorry. My Lord, I see it's convenient time to attend for lunch.
Is that so? What's the time?
It's 1 o'clock.
Okay. Adjourn until when?
Mngomezulu has taken a stand of cross-examining the witness on the tracking system on the car that was driven by Longitwala. There are so many holes that Mngomezulu is poking because the same policeman who was working for the tracking company is not giving sufficient evidence because he is no more, or she is no more working for that company. She is working for the state now. So as to how and why she decided to come and testify, because we all know companies, once you leave a company, you cannot come and testify on something that is a document of the certain company. You have to come to court with a proof that authorizes you to show that the company that you are testifying on evidence that was siphoned from the company's computers, that they authorize you that, okay, so and so company has authorized so and so to come and testify, was our former employee. So we decided to bring him on because he or she knows about that kind of evidence that was siphoned from our computers as a person who received the 205. That should be in writing. She's being asked about serial numbers. She doesn't know. She's been asked, because if the company did authorize her, all this kind of information, it was going to be easy. Because now when she's asked to bring some certain information, she says she can't get it from the company because she's no more working for that company. That opened a loophole. That shows that the company has not authorized her. Because if the company authorized her, she was going to say, after break, I will call the company to give me 1, 2, 3, whatever you are requesting, or I will go back to the company and ask for this document because the company is the company that has sent me to come and testify on this document, then give evidence. So Mngomezulu is touching a really crucial information that is needed by the court. So we will listen as far as Mngomezulu finishes, because we understand that the 205 was sent by Mkhize, and she responded back with the 205 to Mkhize on a PDF format. So I hope that Mkhize is still alive. And when she has been asked who installed, does she know when this was installed, serial numbers and other things? She's got no answers. Everything she refers. This thing reminds me of Mohula and others when they were testifying. Everything they will refer it to Kininda. So now this one is referring everything to the company, but is not showing the court a proof that the company has authorized her to come and testify here in court. And another thing that is troubling me is how Baloyi couldn't locate a police officer who did the 205, who received the 205 and siphoned the information of that certain vehicle, the Polo. Because when somebody is a state employee, it's easy to locate that person. But we remember very well, Baloyi said they couldn't locate her. and the following day they came up and say they have located her. It means they were still struggling with the company to understand as to who will be sent. Will that information be sufficient? Is it not going to give the company a problem? So there are so many kind of factors that will come up. I think this evidence will end up being wiped off from the record, because things that the defense is asking for, because there's still a lot of questions. Now it's Mngomezulu who is going to come up again after lunch and still ask a lot of questions from this witness who has no answers for other things. So let's hope for the best. But Mngomezulu seems to look being in a good condition. We've been praying for him to recover so that the court can go on and continue to poke holes and show this evidence that has been cooked. And there's a lot of things that are going on here. Stop and start and move and all this kind. We're still going to come there with all the times that they've just stated and put a part 2 of this. What do you think about this, family? Just drop your comment respectfully and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's continue to expose the shenanigans that are coming up with the prosecutor Baloyi and Gininda, his friend, that are cooking this kind of evidence to bring up and paint a picture that the accused that are in the dock are the accused that are supposed to be there, when we know very well those are not the accused that were in the house, because we know from Tumelo that he called the father that Senzo has been shot by Longwe. So it's everywhere, because we have to get that call. Up to today we haven't got that call that shows, because there should be a 205 for that. Family, ngiyamthanda nonke ngothando lwalava, ngithi yini bantu bakithi bravo bravo.